I chatted recently in a video about my addiction to 2-player starter sets, and it seemed to resonate with a lot of you too. You all shared with me the different 2-player starter sets that you've been picking up, maybe not doing anything with them, and this got me thinking about the next steps. What do we do after buying a 2-player starter set? When you pick up one of those starter boxes, you're very often new to the game. Maybe you've never played it before. This might be your first opportunity to give the game a try, maybe dip your toe in. Maybe you're even splitting it with a friend and just taking half of the box each. But very often you're new to the game and maybe don't know where to go next from here. Well, your next steps are usually to dig into the game a little bit deeper. Maybe you have to start to understand the rules a little more, understand the stats a little more, start to get into the list building aspects, try and understand which units are good for your force or which ones are maybe not so good. And for a lot of new players, this can be quite a daunting task and might be why they never really get any further than that starter set. Well, imagine my surprise when what popped through my letterbox this week, well, not literally popped through my letterbox, I mean they came in quite a big box, but these two sets for Dystopian Wars by Warcradle Studios. The surprisingly clearly crafted titles of Beyond the Hunt for the Prometheus and Beyond the Stygian Skies are precisely what it says on the box. They are that what next options for after you've bought the starter box. Now, the original Dystopian Wars starter box, The Hunt for the Prometheus, launched in February 2001. Wow, that feels like a really long time ago when you say it out loud. And more recently, the second starter box, Stygian Skies, launched flyers into the game. Both starter boxes are still available to purchase, and both are still relevant ways to get into the game. It really does depend on which factions you'd like to play. The original box gives you a sizable force of both the Commonwealth and the Enlightened, and the newest starter box gives you models for the Crown and the Imperium. These Beyond boxes give you a really great way to build out the starting factions from your original starters and give you a not so small amount of models. Now, not only do these boxes have a lot of fantastic miniatures, but they also have a rulebook and a lot of dice and tokens too. Whilst these are in the starter boxes, this means that if you're splitting with a friend or just when you're playing your games, there's enough for 2 players to have one of everything. Alongside all of this is also a brand new campaign book to use those new minis with. In that campaign, there are certain objectives that you need to achieve, and inside this box are the objective terrain models. Not just cardboard tokens, but actual hard plastic 3D models. This is a great addition. Not only will they look fantastic on your table, but there are also rules for them in the Orbats which you can find online. The models in both of these sets are hard plastic, the quality is amazing, and you could almost call them mini starter sets, which really scratches my itch. These boxes are absolutely packed to the brim with stuff, and no matter whether you're expanding on your 2-player starter sets or just want some cool models to paint, I think they're a fantastic value. Now, I'm a big fan of these models. I think the quality is excellent. I've always loved Warcradle's Dystopian Wars universe. However, I've never actually got to play a game of this yet, but that might change soon. I've just hooked up with some folks from a relatively new gaming group near me, and some of those are interested in playing Dystopian Wars. So once I get my first games in, I'll report back and tell you what I think of it. Until then, I'm quite happy just to build these models, get some paint on them, and get ready for my first seafaring battles. As always, it's over to you. What do you think? Is Dystopian Wars something that's been on your radar? Do you want to give it a try? Do you play the game already? What do you think of these Beyond starter boxes? Should more games do this by expanding on what you get when you're first dipping your toe in? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.